55 seconds. Long pass to Nelson. Too far. Comes the other way. Chance for Latvia into the empty net. And that will likely do it.
Especially their last two games. I thought, geez, they'd be able to control the game from start to finish by how they played offensively and forechecked. And Latvia was prepared. They were ready. They paid the price. We don't have a total number of shot blocks, but especially since they took that lead in this period, they've had at least 10 or 12 big blocks. There's a bunch of young, hungry kids, and when you get the reason, we said earlier in the game that you believe you can set, the longer the game goes along, the longer your game plan continues to work, the more you believe. And this is a shocker, that's for sure, H.
Well, it's only the third regulation loss for Team USA at this tournament since 2015. Well, that's a lot of tournaments, and now we're going to get a penalty here on Bogus. He takes a hard hit in the corner, and now it'll be incumbent on Team Latvia to keep their cool. They're going to be playing on Friday.
Yeah, it's important for Team USA to
deliver that blow in the corner. This is the 9th meeting between Latvia and the USA, Tony, and Latvia had never won before. And here's that check. They say a checking to the head penalty. Let's look at it again. Yeah, he gets the hands in there. And then we get a couple of roughing penalties as well. It's all immaterial at this point. So this tournament has certainly produced a number of surprises this year. The first overall seed coming into these quarterfinal round was Team USA. They are out. The third seed, Canada, they are out. Second seed, Slovakia, will play a bit later against Denmark. And the clock winding down, and for Team Latvia, a monster upset for Team Latvia. First time they've beaten Team USA at this tournament in 9 tries. Joy at one end, heartbreak at the other.
Yeah, Coach Soroka, and you can see his staff there doing a little celebratory dance there. And you know, this is a big moment for Latvia in their hockey program, in their national program. And you know, Team USA over there, heartbroken. You see them hugging one another. And these kids came together 2 years ago. And they know at the end of the day, when they get back home and finish up school, they'll be all heading their separate ways. And you know, the special moments that they've had to share together will last a long time. But this loss is certainly is going to weigh on them for a while. As we
at the post today.
Number 30,
Patrick Spluman's not a surprise.
Not a surprise at all. He was brilliant today. And 2 other games only gave up 3 goals. So only given up 5 goals in the tournament. 43 saves today. And look at that save percentage. It's been consistent throughout this tournament.
Spectacular. Short tournaments, you need good goaltending, and he was terrific in this game today. Well supported by his teammates as well. So we'll have now the top 3 players of the tournament for Team USA. Latvian national anthem. We thank you for watching.
IIHF Under-18 World Championship continues with semi-finals.
Well, the celebration is on in Bratislava as Latvia winning its very first quarterfinal. Uncharted territory, their best finish prior to this year's tournament, 7th, coming back in 2022. kind of has shades of the 2023 Men's Worlds when the Latvian team made history that year, winning its first medal at that tournament. It was a bronze. Guess who they beat in that bronze medal game?
USA.
Correct. Yeah, the US is like no more.
Actually didn't know.
No more Latvia.
Got it right.
Put it in your notes. You'll never forget now. And for the U.S., this is just the 6th time that they have failed to medal at this tournament. We kind of say the U18s is the National Team Development Program's graduation. And yes, a lot of disappointment for Team USA. But for Latvia, the opposite. I mean, again, this is a gritty team. You kind of see it at all levels, right? Doesn't always have that flash. They don't always have those superstars, but they do just enough. And we were worried that they wouldn't be able to keep up with them from a scoring perspective. They had 10 goals in this entire tournament coming in. 8 of them came in one game, shut out twice. But it wasn't just about a hot goaltender in this game, was it, Cameron?
No, they came into this game with a game plan. Tony and EJ talked about it. They came into this game wanting to play a certain style and forcing the U.S. to have to play that same style. Part of it was getting under their skin, but other part was grittiness throughout the rink. It led to turnovers and mistakes from USA. When you're the underdog team, you have to force and wait for turnovers and mistakes from the better team, and that's what happened tonight. Latvia was very opportunistic. They waited for opportunities and they took advantage of them. They didn't dominate much of the play. Most of the play was going on in their zone. But when they got their opportunities, they took advantage. And when you're a team like Latvia that does have some skill up front, not like the likes of Sweden or, before this game, USA, but they still have some skill. And they were able to show that because of how they played. In their own zone, that is where a lot of the Latvian teams make their hay. They block shots like almost no other team, and they do a very good job of keeping players away from their goaltender. And that type of mentality really is what led them to the States having to play from behind, which come into this tournament, that was one thing they had to be aware of, is they're not a team that can come back in games because they don't have the high-end talent they might have had in the years past. And that showed itself today.
We said this is the 2nd straight year that Latvia and the U.S. were playing in the quarterfinals. It was a 6-3 U.S. win last year. 8 returning players from that Latvia team out for a little revenge this time around, including the goaltender, Patriks Plumenš, who again made one save in relief against Slovakia a year ago. Much different story this time around. And player of the game, I don't think anyone could argue with that.
Yeah, I'm now curious how big a save this was. Like, what did it propel
we need the tape.
him?
Yeah, exactly.
But he was excellent tonight. He was top of his crease. He was the reason this team won the game. Yes, they were good in front of him, but if it's not for him, this would have been a much different game. He was battling through screens. He was good in terms of his rebound control. Throughout the game, he was peppered on different angles. When you're a goaltender and you're trying to get used to what the other team might be bringing you, try to get used to the sight lines in front of you. He didn't have that today because U.S. was coming at him from a lot of different spots. That meant he had to fight through screens. That meant he had to make sure he was on his toes. Right balance on his skates so that when pucks were going cross-seam, because the States was looking for a lot of side-to-side passes, east-to-west passes. You want to get the goaltenders moving. And he was doing an excellent job staying with the puck, reading the play, competing, staying in front of it. And player of the game, if he continues this, it could be player of the tournament because he was excellent to start the round robin. He's been good throughout. And again today, the reason they won.
A dream tournament continues for Latvia. Had never defeated the U.S. before today, 0-8. Had never won a quarterfinal until today. But on the other side of things, yet the gold medal drought continues for Team USA. Just 1 gold coming in the last 8 U18. So now 3 semifinal spots have been accounted for. Latvia, unlikely Latvia, through to the semifinal, joining Czechia as well as Sweden and Slovakia and Denmark. A high-scoring first period. The hosts scoring 4 goals in about a 2.5-minute span to take that 5-1 lead over Denmark, who, I mean, like Latvia, they've already accomplished their goal at this tournament because they did avoid playing in the relegation game. They're playing with house money now, but have some work to do if they want to pull off the upset there in Trenčín. So it's been a quarterfinal Wednesday full of fireworks and full of upsets. It was Canada earlier falling to Sweden, and then it was Latvia shocking the U18s, coming away with the win over Team USA. A total off day for the tournament tomorrow before semifinal Friday. So for Cameron, EJ, Tony, and all of us here at TSN, I'm Laura Dykin, and thanks for watching our continuing coverage of these 2026 men's U18s from Slovakia.